Hey, baby.
Yes, yes.
I got a question for you.
What is your question?
Okay. So we are always hearing from mainly women saying there's no good men out there anymore. I mean, I sat next to a woman on an airplane, very attractive woman on an airplane.
Yes.
And she hadn't dated in 10 years. And she kept saying, but there's just no good men out there. And it started me thinking.
Yes.
While I am in total disagreement, because as you know, I have met plenty of fantastic men.
Yes.
They just weren't for me until
Correct.
you came along, of course. Did you ever stop and think there's just no good women out there? I'm asking you, and Divas, I will tell you, I have not let him know I was going to ask him this question. I want to hear what he has to say. Did you ever think there's just no good women out there?
No, absolutely not. As a matter of fact, what I did think was that I've actually, in a lot of ways, I should have it made, because there are some great guys out there, but there's also a lot of guys out there that, and a lot of you women that are saying there's no great guys out there. When I come along, I thought, okay, I'm a really genuinely nice guy, and I will treat you, and apparently like you've never been treated before, and this should be easy to be able to find somebody to enjoy.
Appreciate.
Again, at that time, I wasn't looking to get married,
Right.
but I was looking for someone to have some companionship with. And I was shocked how many women, because I would tell them up front, don't fall in love with me, don't want to get married, I've got kids at the house, I'm a single dad, ain't happening. And ultimately, they would come and say, I've fallen in love. Oh, I told you not to do that.
Okay, but did you ever stop and think, where are all the good women?
Oh, they're all over the place.
Did you ever stop and think that?
I never ever thought there's no good women out there. Oh, heavens no. So many. I've said this before on different videos that we've done. You ladies really don't understand your value. A lot of you don't. I would even say the majority of you don't, especially if you've been through a divorce. A lot of times it's because the ex-husband putting you down, some of the things of that nature. But no, I mean, I always knew that there were so many good quality women out there.
Okay, so I'm going to interrupt you.
Interrupt me.
What do you think? Why are women thinking there's no good men out there? That's what I want to know. Let's dig a little here.
No, I don't have to dig very deep. It's because most of them have had a bad experience with more than one man that wasn't a quality guy. And part of that, let me retract that. The reason, not part of it, the reason is
Okay.
Because they don't really see their self-value, and because of that, the vibration that they're putting out, it's the same as, why do I always attract these losers? Why do I always attract a guy that's going to verbally abuse me or sometimes even physically abuse me? And it's because they still have the same story, they're sending out the same vibration, and they still see themselves basically in that same category, and they are settling for those guys. And if they would listen to what you have to say, if they would follow your system, they would say, those days are over.
Yeah.
That's all true. I deserve a hell of a lot more than what I've been getting, and I am going to follow Donna's system and plan, and then I will start attracting the kind of man that I deserve and that I want.
Okay. So are you saying that if a woman changes her mindset and starts to visualize her own value, start to understand her own value, she'll attract a good man?
Well, she'll attract a man that will be looking for that valuable woman. She will attract that man that exactly what she's seen herself as, that's who she's going to attract.
I love that.
And if a man comes along, well, you've said it for so long, you know, if a man does come along and he doesn't fit that profile, he just doesn't get a chance, he's out.
Yeah.
Ladies, you hold all the cards when it comes to dating. You really do.
We do.
And that being said, it doesn't make any difference if a man comes up and says, I'd like to go out with you. If you can tell right away, because there's something that you pick up in your spirit, that the guy's creepy, You don't have to do anything except just ignoring.
Okay.
you get to make the decisions, and quite frankly, you get to make the rules.
Yeah. Well, I always say to the divas in the group, I say, listen, there are rules, and you need to know about them so that you can confidently and intelligently break them. Okay, and you're 100% correct. I have met amazing men, and I've also met not amazing men.
Yeah.
And so, ladies, I am encouraging you to really step back and get curious. Why is it you don't think that there's any good men out there? And is it possible for you to meet a good man? And get curious about it, because this will open up a lot of doors for you.
Well, the last thing I would like to say is I would encourage you, divas, to stop and take some time, not just a couple of minutes. I mean, give it thought over a period of days and ask yourself, what is the kind of man I would really want? What would my dream guy look like?
Oh yeah, baby, you're singing to the choir
and
here.
When I say look like, I'm not talking about looks. I'm not talking about
right.
I want a guy that's 6'4", or I'm talking about, how do you want to be treated? Do you? And some women really don't care if a door gets opened for them or not. A matter of fact, I cared more about that than Donna did.
Right.
And now, though, I've got her spoiled to a point where when she goes out of town, she forgets I'm not there to open her door, and sometimes she'll sit there waiting for the door to be opened.
It's so true.
So
I can't even lie. It's true.
It's one of those things to where ask yourself, what kind of man would I want to spend? If you're looking for long term, what kind of man would I want to spend the rest of my life with?
Now, I'm going to zoom in on me now. Listen, I love what Jeff shared. And I literally did not ask him ahead of time what the deal was. But I'm going to tell you, if you want to read about my shenanigans, the link to the book is below, because believe me, I have been there.
Yeah.
I've met some, I didn't mean to cut off your face, honey. I've met some men who I was not aligned with, and I met men I was aligned with, and then I met this one who I was just totally fell in love with. So what are we always saying, baby? It doesn't have to be that hard.